So the ties are back, and so are the kids getting ready for school. We'll talk about what's coming up in the school year and introduce you to a candidate for judge. Looking forward to it. Roll it, Scott. It's August. It's August. Like, I can't even believe it already. The summer's gone. It's been hot as fish grease, as we like to say around here. But it's August, and that means the kids are going back to school. We got a lot to talk about as it relates to the education system here in East Baton Rouge Parish. And we begin with Tanisha Flowers, who is here with us in studio to talk about the Back to School Bash taking place this weekend. So first of all, can you believe the school year is starting already?
No, it seems like we just started our summer schedule and now we are rolling into the new school year.
Yeah. So let's talk about Back to School Bash. What's going on? So the teacher reception is on Friday, but Saturday is the big thing that happens at the River Center. Let's talk about that.
Yes, so this Saturday from 11 to 2 p.m., the East Baton Rouge Parish School System will be hosting a Back to School Bash for all of our students, all of their families and teachers, community partners as well, to just kind of come out and get ready to gear up for the new school year.
So you told me you were expecting about 2,000 people out there.
Yes, we're expecting about 2,000 people to show up on Saturday. We're super excited.
What information are you giving out? You see there's a picture of the graphic right there. What information are you giving out?
So we'll have about maybe 50 community partners, health screenings, just some fun stuff for the kids and families to do. The different departments will be there. So for example, if you have a student that's interested in early childhood education, you'd be able to go up, speak with a representative and sign your kids up for the school year right there at the River Center.
So what's your top goals for this thing? I know you're a perfectionist, we were just talking about that, but what are your goals?
So really we just want our families and communities to know that we appreciate them. Again, school is getting ready to start back. We just want everybody to go into the school year extremely relaxed and kind of roll out some things that they'll be looking to see this upcoming school year.
Can kids expect anything new and innovative during the school year? Last week we had Chef Marie was here to talk about the nutrition standard that you guys have raised over there and what y'all will be feeding these kids this year. Anything else you could let us in on?
The new school menu, that's something that we're super excited about. Also our esports department, you know, technology is propelling forward and the esports department is actually going to come out and have an interactive segment and students will actually probably be able to sign up for some esports tournaments, you know, just something to look forward to.
Across the district or in certain schools?
I think it's only certain schools right now, but students from across the district are allowed to participate.
What's your take on attendance now? How's the public school system doing in terms of keeping kids? And you know, there's all this, I don't want to use the word competition because it's all for the same thing, the education of the kids, but how is that going right now?
So right now attendance is pretty steady. As you know, we have some people who like to register at the last minute. So
no, not in Louisiana.
Absolutely. So we're encouraging them to get there as soon as possible so you can have everything worked out as far as bus routes, make sure we have the proper mailing address, contact information. So we're encouraging them to get there as soon as possible to take care of those things. But you know, attendance it is what it is right now.
Administration and staff, they're kind of already there, getting ready for the year. The kids return starting next week. What's the enthusiasm level for teachers right now outside of the fact the summer was that fast?
I think teachers are really excited. As you know, we just approved a slight stipend for some of our educators and support staff. So teachers are in a really good space right now. I think they're eager, they're excited to tackle the school year and just get everything going.
All right, before we go through it, I want you to look right in that camera right there. Give me camera 3, and I want you to make your pitch to everybody about the Back to School Bash and say why they should be there. Show up on Saturday.
Absolutely. Hello, everyone. My name is Tanisha Flowers, and I'm the Public Information Officer for the East Baton Rouge Parish School System. This Saturday, we are looking to see you, your family, and friends at the River Center downtown from 11 to 2 for the Baton Rouge. For the Back to School Bash. Clay, you make me so nervous.
Don't worry about it. I'm going to send Narcisse a whole invoice. That was a good commercial for the event. Pop that graphic up there one more time, Scott. That's this Saturday, starting at 11 a.m. You could look at that monitor right there at the River Center. The Back to School Bash. The school year is starting. We couldn't be more excited to welcome the best and brightest back to they're our greatest investment.
Oh, absolutely.
The children of East Baton Rouge Parish.
And we had some amazing sponsors to make this happen for us. So we had Cox Communications, the YWCA, Capitol Park Museum, our illustrious mayor, Ms. Sharon Weston Broom. So we're all kind of rallying together to do this for our students.
Love it. Back to School Bash this weekend at the River Center. Starts at 11 a.m. There's a reception for teachers that happens on Friday. So Jade Miller is Director of Advocacy and Family Engagement, long title, at the Baton Rouge Alliance for Students, where this week you guys held an event engaging parents as the school year is about to begin. Before we talk about the agenda of that, give people the elevator on what Baton Rouge Alliance for Students is.
Yeah, so we're an education nonprofit. We have leadership programming such as Change Makers that is currently open now. I do the parent work, so we have a fellowship strictly for parents, which is the Parent Academy. And we also do some just political work for people that want to run campaigns or are interested in running for office themselves with our Torch program. So we are full gear with our programs and issue-based campaigns and just trying to plug in the need in our community.
What's Change Makers?
So Change Makers is a leadership program that if you haven't had experience in education, maybe you're a business owner or you're just not familiar with the space, we try to do a deep dive into K-12 and for people to learn about the education ecosystem in Baton Rouge.
You know, Tanisha was just in here a second ago talking about EBR starting up and the big event this weekend at the River Center. The Alliance has been involved in dialogue about what's happening with public schools, both traditional public schools and non-traditional, being charter schools. How do you feel coming into this year? Because you are the advocacy point and you're engaging families. How do you feel about this upcoming school year?
I feel really great. I think the summertime is always like the recharge where we're just kind of going back to like our strategic planning and just really gearing up to like have our programs kick off. So this is the most exciting time. Kids and teachers are going back to school and we're just really trying to be in the community as much as we can in the first month to help with that transition and just kind of kick it off for our projects in the fall.
You know, it's interesting. I mentioned to her at the end of her being Tanisha at the end of the segment, how important an asset all the kids of any community are. And we talk about where we are as a city, but you can't talk about Baton Rouge becoming better in any way without addressing what's happening to our kids. Right?
Absolutely. And I think when it comes to just our Parent Academy, what we do is just really try to curate a lane for parents. So when we think about just our educators, our administrators and our students, like we have to be able to elevate that parent as the #1 stakeholder and making sure that we're taking account of what's important to them and how can we bring that to light and advocate and just even teach them how to be more empowered to be aligned with their child's education.
What's the biggest hill they have to climb when you bring parents in to one of these trainings? What's the biggest thing you hear that you help address by doing this?
I think lack of information. I think as a parent, you are digesting so much when it comes to just navigating their own careers, being a parent, and then our school system just has so many ins and outs to it. So like really trying to bring the information to them and just help them see the bigger picture. We bring in experts and just kind of help them comprehensively understand like all the ins and outs of the school system.
You know, I'm going to be talking to Kyle Thinking in the next segment about people who want to come into the education profession and become teachers. I know across the country there's a shortage, not just here, it's everywhere. What do you think it's going to take outside of money to stem the tide of the shortage?
You know, as someone who's a former educator, I think we really have to just highlight the good things that are going on in our community. You know, teaching is an amazing profession. It's where I started off at. And I think just going back to the basics, helping people understand the foundation of how important educators are, we can really do some good things and build that pipeline back in our city.
Do you think there is a coalition building across all of the different areas of education here? I mean, we've had so many silos here for a long time, been around a long time, and the sides didn't talk to each other a whole lot. That seems to be changing a little bit. What grade would you give that, and how much farther do we have to go?
So I would say this week, I actually had an amazing meeting with Education Trust, who's doing some really good things. Tramel Howard is their state director. We also met with New Schools of Baton Rouge and really just trying to like, how do we really help to break down those silos? So I do agree, we haven't been the best in the past, but I think we're off to a great start. We have some amazing things planned for the fall, and I think you'll start to see all the organizations come together.
Give me in the last minute or so the couple things that you're the most excited about in this coming school year, and the things that you may be apprehensive about or most thinking it could be a concern that we have to address?
Yeah, so most excited about really engaging with educators. So we have our Parent Academy. We kicked off our first series of Ask the Experts, so we had a huge turnout with that event. So I'm super excited that parents are just starting off even before we start the school year ready and engaged. And more so just making sure that we are coalition building with all our partners. So I think we have a lot of different things that we're going to bring to this fall, and I'm really excited to see how that all comes to play.
All right, so how can people learn more about the Alliance quickly?
Yeah, so if you go to beouralliance.org, we have all our initiatives and our leadership programs on our website. So please reach out to us and we're free to chat with us.
All right, we're going to talk about people who want to get into education, some of the resources that are available, and then a little bit about the budget with Kyle Finke next. And before we wrap, you'll meet a candidate for judge here. And next week, we're going to be on the road, taking the whole thing on the road. All this is going to be on the road at Don Juan Cigars. Looking forward to that. Back in just a moment.